Hi, everybody. All right. So we have two extraordinary artists here today, and we'll get to that, but we've got some things to go over first. And I hope everybody has an enjoyable time. There's a lot of cameras up. I like that. In these days of the internet, it used to be, you'd put a big ad in the magazine and tell everybody that that was what was going to happen, and everybody would pay attention to the ad. Now, if there's not a YouTube video, you can just forget it. It's over, right? That life has changed. About, not last year, but the year before, we did $40 million worth of business. And then last year, we did 50. And this year, the end of 2018, we did $58 million worth of guitars. And what's extraordinary about that for me is that we're not trying to be some corporation. We're just guitar makers. We're just amp builders. We stick to our knitting. We stick to trying to provide you something that when it comes in the box, you're really excited to get it and you don't want to sell it on eBay the next day. And the firemen came to me in my town and said, Paul, more and more and more, what's happening is that once the animals and the people are out, they're screaming for their PRSs, not the photographs. And I thought, oh God, we're doing our job. In other words, they were heirlooms for people, right? And so that was 15% growth last year. There's unheard of numbers going on. And so, the press has had a huge impact on this because the press tells everybody what's going on in the world. And for me, you guys have done an extraordinary job helping us. But I think it's been honest. I think what you've told the world is what you really think. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for doing that. All right, so we have two artists here. One of them, I'm a huge fan of the music. His name's Jocko, and he sings and plays guitar and fronts King Crimson. And I want to bring him up here now, if that's okay. Jocko, come on up. So can we get one of his guitars, Rich? You got one here? There's one in the back room. Want to grab it real quick? So this Schizoid guitar, what was the whole story? What was the whole deal?
From where? From me joining Crimson, maybe. I was a fan of Crimson when I was a kid. I saw Crimson when I was a kid, about 13, 1971, and so actually, end up being in the group was mad, absolutely mad, like some mad childhood dream. And Gavin and the guys at PRS in England were happy to support me in getting a guitar, and they built this beautiful PRS with the cover of the first Crimson album on. So that's created kind of interest wherever I've played. It's always...
Carlos Santana's here, and it's an honor to have him, and maybe we can bring Carlos out. That would be an honor. Hey.
Hi, everybody. That's my wife, Cindy Blackman Santana. She's playing drums and she's singing.
Hey, nice.
And, this is a beautiful time to be in this planet because we get to bring the opposite of ignorance, fear, and darkness. Some people think that we just play guitar or drums, but we actually bring a lot of light, a lot of hope, a lot of spiritual conviction, not to be confused with arrogance. Spiritual confidence and conviction is something that I get when I play these guitars. When we hooked up, I immediately fell in love with his conviction, his imagination, that he could not compete with Gibson or Fender. And, he has the same sparkle in his eye, the same fire in his eye, and fire in the belly. It's wonderful to see these guitars on Saturday Night Live and all kinds of places, MTV, if they still play guitar. I'm trying to convince Paul to dress up like Uncle Sam, and say, we need you, like inducting you into the army of guitars. Because it's important that we turn it around. We got to get the youngsters to. There's a certain look you have in your eyes when you hear Stevie Ray for the first time, you know, or Jimi Hendrix, or Jeff Beck, or Clapton. You know, not just the guys from the other side of the river, but guys from over here too, you know. And I love to see young people for the first time because it assaults your senses, you know, your molecules. You get chills when you hit that, bang, you hit that note, and they go, oh. Because it's not a guitar hero, it's not Linn drums, it's real drums, it's real guitar. I'm always encouraged. So we wanted to say, you know, it's important also to have a sense of humor, especially at these times. So we say, if you buy this guitar, the universe will open up and flood you with abundance of possibilities, opportunities, blessings, miracles, and the Rolling Stones will open up for you. If you don't buy this guitar, you're going to be playing for chump change in a shopping mall, putting the hat on the street. So, you know, there's a choice in there, you know.
And this is our new Eric Bass signature model. 2 of our Eric Bass signature models here. There's a 3rd one. I'll tell you about that in 1 second. But this is the product of 2 years of design and research and development that we did with Eric on the road while they were touring. And this is a bit of a unique body shape. Obviously rooted in some traditional design stuff, but we added this offset body in order to add a little bit more mass. And so there's no contours to this body at all. It's a solid ash body with no contours front or back. It's bound on the top and back, and it's got a fair bit of weight to it. It probably comes in at about 8.5 pounds. As far as hardware, we're using all hip shot hardware. So this is a 4-string A-style bridge. We've got 250K alpha pots, single volume, single tone. We've got a cool little custom thumb rest that we use on here. Seymour Duncan, single coil, 1/4 pound bass pickup. We've got a 1-piece maple neck with a traditional, close to a jazz profile neck. So it's a little thinner, about a 1.5-inch nut width. We've got a Pau Ferro fingerboard with mother of pearl inlays, and a unique 3-in-1 headstock design that we came up with. Something a little bit unique for Eric that he really enjoys. And of course, a set of hip shot tuners up there. Last but not least, we've got a Graftech Tusk nut for that one there. And basically, we've done 3 different colors for this bass. We've got the trans red with black binding and a black pickguard. Of course, black hardware. We've got a natural finish, which also has black binding and a black pickguard with black hardware. And then we have a white, it's a satin Arctic white with mother of pearl pickguard and mother of pearl binding with a matching satin Arctic white headstock. And we don't have that here because Shinedown played on the Kelly Ripa show this morning, Kelly and Ryan. And Eric is flying back on a plane with it right now, so nothing can happen to it. So that's kind of where we're at.
Yep. Hi, I'm Tommy Benson and I'm with Ciari Guitars, and this is our Ciari Ascender guitar, which is a premium guitar. A premium guitar, and it's 100% normal until it's not. Because when you're done with your gig and you have to get on the airlines, which are hard to travel on with the guitar, you fold it up and it fits into the backpack right there. So it fits into the backpack. It elegantly manages the strings. As you see, the strings don't go all over the place. It keeps the tension on the strings, so you don't have that mess of string management issue to deal with.
When the strings fold up, does the guitar stay in tune, or do you have to retune it when you unfold?
Well, every time you sit down and play a guitar, you have to top it off the tuning and retune a little bit, and this is the same. So it doesn't go out of tune like another travel guitar does, where you have to disassemble a neck, you have to put the strings back on and everything. So you just have to top off the tuning and you're ready to rock and roll. Tuning the guitar is a craft in itself, and it's part of being a musician, and this guitar is built for musicians.
This is a beautiful guitar. What other finishes and woods is it available in?
We have gorgeous, gorgeous finishes. You'll have to stop by the Ciari booth to see. We've got all different colors, and we've got some natural colors as well. We even have a special surprise color that we're going to unveil at booth 4212 at NAMM here Saturday. So we've got some amazing finishes. So if people want to find out how to buy one, they need to join our interested list at ciariguitars.com. Once they join our interested list, then they'll get all of the details on how to purchase one of these. We're going to be going direct to the consumer with them.
Is it about the same weight and feel as a standard full body guitar?
It's got a real robust feeling to it. It's 6.9 pounds, and so it feels like a Strat, and but yet it's nice and robust feeling. So it feels good in your hands. It doesn't feel like a toy. So it's about 6.5 pounds.
So it feels like a regular guitar once it's open and playing, so it won't affect your play. It just makes it easy for you to get around.
That's right. It's a premium guitar. It's a premium, wonderful guitar. It's got Seymour Duncan pickups in there, and it's built pro quality. And so it's laser profiled, and everything is taken care of. They're plec perfect, and they're ready to go. And that's what makes them a premium travel guitar.
Let's have a look at what's new for PRS guitars. Starting off in the SEs, I'll start off with the acoustics. There are two new bodywood offerings in the acoustic line. This here is the A60E. The 60 series has a Zero-Cody back and sides, real abalone shell inlays, curly maple binding. As in all the acoustics in the SE line, it's a ebony bridge and fingerboard, a bone, saddle, and nut. There's a Fishman electronic system in there. Paul's hybrid bracing with the fan bracing in the belly and an X brace in the center. All of these guitars are available in both the cutaway and a non-cutaway version. Also new to 2019 is the A55 and T55. The 55 series is maple just like the 50, but where the 50 series is a curly maple, the 55 is a quilted maple. It comes in this finish, which is a black gold burst, and there's also one called Abaco Green, which looks like water. The name of the color is actually inspired by a beach in the Bahamas. So these are absolutely gorgeous. They look and sound like $1 million, and it's hard to distinguish these from the private stock instruments sometimes. Also new in the SE world are a few signature models. Probably the most newsworthy here is the first time ever offering the Paul's guitar in an SE form. Paul's guitar was updated for 2019. The pickups were revoiced earlier this year for a limited run. The core production model of that now has the updated pickups. The SE version has pickups voiced the exact same way. They're called the TCIS pickups. It has the solid aluminum bridge with the brass inserts, just like the core instrument, the exact same bridge. Master volume and tone, the two-way mini toggles to split the coils independently. The Paul's guitar has always been a favorite. It's great to have the SE version. The SE version also has an updated carve to the top, so it almost looks even closer to the core versions. We have a new version of the CE bolt-on 24. The CE has been reintroduced a few years back and is absolutely wonderful guitar. The 2019 update is offering it in a semi-hollow version with a single F hole. Also in the hollow body worlds, the 594, which is my personal desert island PRS, if I had to just pick one, would be a 594. Is also now available in a fully hollow. That's actually the hollow body 2. The 2 referring to the fact that there's both a front and back carved maple. So the format of the hollow body, the format of the 594 with the 2-piece bridge, the 4-knob layout, the 5815 LT pickups, I think is just an absolute match made in heaven for the hollow body format. Gorgeous sounding guitar, looks like $1 million. It's got the patterned vintage neck on it, which I think is probably the most comfortable. I like a large neck, but it doesn't feel overly large. It's asymmetrical as you move up. As your hand position changes up the neck profile angles with it, as does on all the 594s.
Yeah, and our saxophone is totally different and this year. Actually, we are making saxophone more than 30 years. This is a new. We combine the artist with our saxophone. All saxophone and hand hammer, handmade by the pentist. Normally, the brass already used for the pentist. They do the fret and play of the brass. But the saxophone is different because they have curve. They are not easy to make. They are not easy to use the tools to paint it. So, and it will take about 6 days, even 1 week to paint it one saxophone. So, and we do this just this year. And everybody thinking the saxophone is just brass color or black color, but this is color. We will combine the artist, the colorful and design pictures with our saxophone. So our saxophone not only can play, and it can be collect. We can say collection in future for the saxophone. So actually, we do two and think together, not playing, but can be and put in your house, be a collection. So this is what we are doing.
Hi, I'm Niklas from Hohner, and today I want to show you the new Billy Joel Signature Edition harmonica. It will be coming out tomorrow, and as you might know, one of the most recognized harmonica songs from 1973 is Piano Man from Billy Joel, and obviously a very big part plays his original Hohner harmonica. So since the beginning, in fact, his harmonica accompanied him during all his tours, all his sold-out shows in Madison Square Garden. So when we approached him about a signature edition, he was really open to it. He was enthusiastic about it, basically. And so what we did there was made a harmonica with his logo, but also in a very nice collector's case. And in addition, and that is very interesting for all the harp players out there, or even the non-harp players, because it's very easy to understand, is the intro to his most famous song and maybe the most recognized harmonica song in the world, Piano Man, including harp tabs. So everybody will be able to play the song.
And we're showing the new PX S3000 digital piano and much more. So it's in an incredibly small packaging. I'm not quite sure how they were able to mechanically do this. Still with weighted action, textured keys like on a grand piano. A wonderful new grand piano sample. Also, they have the ability to use the 3-pedal pedal, the SP34, with the soft, the middle, and the damper pedal. You could still also use the traditional damper pedal as well. This is also capable of Bluetooth, so you could play music from your phone and send it through the speakers. It does have a speaker system in it, even though it's hard to know where they could fit it in, but it's there. It has a new music rest also. And this PX S3000 has over 700 sounds, over 200 rhythms, and the whole look is totally redesigned. This is a black finish. There's also an S1000, and that one is in black or also in white. So I'm not sure how much you could see on here, but the panel is all backlit and it's just touch. It's not buttons. You're just touching it just like you would be doing on a smartphone. And it has the whole rhythm section. Here we're using the function button to choose sounds or choose rhythms, or we can do splits and layers. We can tweak the DSP, we could transpose, we can also adjust the destination for the 2 knob controls over here. And we also have a pitch bend wheel on the S3000. And then if we go to the last row of the functions, we have registrations, which means if you set up a layer, a split, rhythm combination, you can save it into registrations so it can be recalled at the touch of a button. This also can be hooked up to an iPad with Casio's free Cordana app, which then lets you get in and tweak the subtle and actually very expressive different parameters for the grand piano sound, which has to do with damper pedal, string resonance, also the hammer off and on, actual physical sounds that a real grand piano makes. And let's see what else. There's also a sound mode which will kind of brightens the sound a little and spreads it out through the stereo field also. You can record tracks of MIDI. You can also play back MIDI. There's USB connection into the iPad. There's also USB to connect a thumb drive to play back MIDI files. Just the stunning sound of this new grand piano sample and the feel and the graded hammer action is what they keep improving on every generation. And this is 15 years of the Privia, and we're now at the PX S3000.